DR Power equipment has given homeowners the power to do more, with powerful field and brush mowers capable of clearing acres of grass and brush, trimmers that deliver up to 5 times more power than any ordinary handheld model, and chippers that turn nuisance brush piles into beneficial mulch. Start doing more this season with equipment from DR Power. Visit drpower.com today and shop the sale.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
And he starts talking to Lily, and they go back and forth and get the picture and everything. And afterwards, I asked Lily, I was like, what was he saying to you over there? He's like, who's that guy filming us? Should I kill him? Should I kill him? Maybe not should I kill him. Should we get him? Should I attack him? Something to that effect.
This is Louis Black, and you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel. And I just want to say congratulations, Magic Our Way. You've ruined podcasting. First, there's the 10,000 people who are already doing them, and you said, oh boy, let's add our 2 cents, huh? Let's talk about the Disney movies and theme parks. What about the cruises, huh? Did you miss out on them? Hey, and what are you telling them? That they're great? Of course they're great. It's Disney. And even if people don't like Disney, they love Disney. So what are you doing out there, huh? And could you tell them in the meantime that my character, Anger, is wandering around Disneyland as we speak? That's right. I am the Snow White of my generation.
There we go.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast. They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it, feel it.
We are artistic buffs and not artistic cream puffs. This is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, we present stories from our Walt Disney World Epic Universe podcast trip back on June 2025. And for this particular episode, we present part 3 and finalize our discussion on our epic day at Universal Epic Universe. And look, this isn't your typical polish, practice, pixie dust, and Disney podcast. No way. We are not in Central Florida every day. And thank goodness, because it's been extremely hot as of late. I've been seeing it's like 3 digits. It's nuts. So,
yeah, that humidity is like a weighted blanket.
I'm good. I don't have to be in Central Florida right now. That's nuts.
That's right, Kev. We're just here to drink, talk some Universal, and hunt us a bog hag.
That's right. You listeners have the easy part. All you guys and girls have to do is to listen up to what we think up while we drink up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Rachel.
Hey, look, if you're thinking about visiting the Universal Orlando Resort, Rachel can help you book that. Or even a Disney vacation. She can do that too. And booking with Rachel is one of the easiest ways to support this show. Also, you can leave a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. Also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters for all that they do for us. All right, yeah, look, so enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go wrap up our discussion of our epic day at Universal Epic Universe. Welcome to The Hub, the big topic segment of our show. And as I mentioned in the intro, we present tales from our latest podcast jaunt back at the beginning of June 2025. And for this particular episode, we complete our discussion of our epic day at Universal Epic Universe. So if you haven't, or if this is the first show that you've heard out of our entire back catalog, like maybe you're new, you found us on like social media, whatever, make sure you go back to shows number 584 and 585 to check out like our morning and then our midday leading up into this evening portion that we're about to discuss. And look, even though we were there for a very short amount of time, we definitely experienced a lot. And as you can tell, we're spreading this epic thing over 3 different shows because there was just so much to do.
A lot of epicness.
A lot of epicness. And we didn't even see all the epicness. We missed some epicness pieces too.
We did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got to experience some of those on the last trip that I just came back from.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So look, the best part about our trip is that every story we have includes some individuals who engage with us. And this particular episode is no different. And because of that, every story has a person that we'll shout out during the course of our discussion. And just to give you a little timeline frame of when we did this, we visited Universal Epic Universe on the Saturday of our trip, which is also the Saturday of the last day of Muppet Vision 3D was in operation. So that kind of gives you a timeline, what was going on. Everybody was over at the studios, bidding farewell. We went to Epic Universe and we experienced a hell of a day, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
So if you listen to 584, we just got out of the Harry Potter world for the second time. We saw Le Cirque Canoe. We went to Bar Moonshine, and then we made it our way over to part 2 of our visit to Darkmoor. We're back in there, got to see it when it was maybe a shade darker. There definitely wasn't as sunny as it was, so we kind of got to see a hint of what the colors were. It still was too bright to see anything definitive.
Yeah, I want to say it was around, 7-ish?
At least, yeah. And in summertime, it's still pretty bright, even at that time.
Yeah, the sun didn't really go down fully and get dark until like a little after 8, close to 8:30.
Yeah, Rachel's spot on because, we walked out of Monsters Unchained this last time at exactly 8:50, and it was perfect night.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
that's about when it starts getting dark over there. But the first thing that I remember is that when we got back to Dark Universe, as soon as I walk in, who do I see? But the Invisible Man.
Once again, he's like our welcome token.
Yes.
To go into every time we go into World now, we got to see Invisible Man.
But the good thing is, if you listen to the previous episodes, I've learned this time out. I learned 2 things. One, the characters in Dark Universe, they'll just wander off. Even in the middle of a conversation, they're constantly moving. They're mobile. They're going places. So if I wanted a picture, I knew I needed to kind of act fast. And the second thing is I knew how he preferred to be addressed without inciting his wrath. So as soon as he sees me, of course, just like before, he comes right over like, what do you want? And so I said, I'm here to take a picture with the smartest man in the universe. Because last time I said smartest man in Darkmoor, he said smartest man in the universe. And don't you forget it. I didn't forget it. So after I said I'm here to take a picture with the smartest man in the universe, he replied, well, with a request like that, how could I refuse? And so that's how I got my picture.
You softened him up right away.
I saw, yes, silver tongue devil I am. And then y'all 2 actually got in on the act as well, right? Y'all got to get pictures.
Yeah, I talked to him for a bit, and he was telling me, "Hey, I got a potion to help you be invisible," and I'm like, I don't need that. I'm already invisible at work.
That's right.
I'm well hidden as well. I should give you a potion. And then we just kind of exchanged some funny right there. But I don't think it was the same gentleman that talked to you the first time, because I think this guy was a little shorter.
Yeah, a little nicer and a little shorter.
Yeah.
A little different advice. Not that there's different invisible men.
No, never. There's only one invisible man. But I will say,
the potion might be in effect. So
that's true.
When we went this last time, Lily goes up to the invisible man and he's interacting with her. And all of a sudden he starts looking over at me and he starts talking to Lily, and they go back and forth and get the picture and everything. And afterwards, I asked Lily, I was like, what was he saying to you over there? He's like, who's that guy filming us? Should I kill him? I kill him? Maybe not should I kill him. Should we get him? Should I attack him? Something to that effect. He's a good guy. It's like, all right, well, if he acts up later, you let me know. We'll get him.
Yes, indeed.
So very, very good character interaction with that guy.
He really is. I mean, he's a very straightforward, not always, peppy-go-lucky, but yeah, very interested to make a photo opportunity with.
I'm a little bit bummed though. Like I don't remember because we were actually going back the second time. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well maybe we'll finally find Frankenstein or the Bride or like some of the other creatures that we saw in the concept art for Dark Universe when they were announcing it. But these were the only two. So I was like, oh wow, okay. So I guess. And that held up in this last trip as well, that these were the only Igor and the Invisible Man were the only two that were out and about. Rachel, did you have a similar experience?
Yeah, those were the only ones that were moving around while we were there, aside from like the monster catchers, the monster hunters.
Oh, the hounds.
Yes.
Yeah. They were too. But then if you went, like, there was a space, I almost forget where it was, but I want to say it was close to the restaurant, the Dust Steakhouse, where the Bride of Frankenstein was, and she was meeting people there.
Wow,
nice.
Dang! So that's one that's evaded me these last two times. Okay, gotta keep an eye out for her.
But she wasn't like walking around. It was like a stationary meet and greet.
It was inside Dust Steakhouse or outside?
No, it was outside. It was like under a covered area, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, outside the Fiddlers, the Hounds, Invisible Man, and so okay, it's good to know the Bride's out though.
Yeah.
All right. So after that encounter, and I know we went over to the Burning Blade. Maybe y'all can help me remember. I don't know. I know we wanted to ride Monsters Unchained once again. I don't remember if it's because we're running out of time because dinner was getting up or if it was down again. Do y'all remember what happened with that?
I think that the time was over 20-something minutes and we hadn't had a drink in the Burning Blade yet and we wanted to try the drinks in Burning Blade is what I remember.
Yeah, and we already did Monsters Unchained and dinner was getting close. So
right.
Okay, yeah.
And we were trying to time it when one of the Hound guys would show up and we just didn't have any luck the last time out. So this time around we went in, no one was there, so we ordered a drink and all of a sudden, boom, the doors kick open.
And here comes
this guy.
That couldn't have been any more planned though. That was like scripted almost. It was like you were like, man, I sure wish you would show up. It's like a commercial. And boom, there he was.
It just happened, yeah. Well, before we get into that though, we got to remember the bartender that we first encountered.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. It was very, very good. He was very patient, I remember, even though he had a bit of line. He took time to explain the drinks.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
I forget, I can't remember who it was, but one of us ordered this drink. If you
I think it was
that.
Eli who did
that was
this
Eli?
one. That's my memory of it because I had my only weakness.
Whoa.
That's
Pure Heart too.
Pure Heart. Yeah,
that's what it's called. Josh had that one too.
Yes, and I don't know if the listeners can see this, but it's very much it's in like a display case similar to the Rose from Beauty and the Beast, and then they smoke it in there, and it's supposed to be like some kind of a purification process, and it helps keep you safe from the monsters in Darkmoor. And so that's mine right in front of it. But yeah, Eli had the better presentation drink. I tried the Pure of Heart this last time we went, and I still say my only weakness was my favorite.
I agree. I thought actually Josh agreed too. I had my only weakness. He had the Pure of Heart. We both thought my only weakness was better. The Pure of Heart was a little like syrupy almost.
Yes. Agreed.
And Josh put a little water in it and then let the ice melt a little bit. And when once that happened, it was great.
Better.
But it was at first, it was a little too syrupy.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you another thing that I didn't know until this last trip is that they sold me on, because we had gone there a couple times trying to find, I wanted to find our monster hunter again. I don't want to say his name because I'm sure we'll get to that in a second. But I went there a couple times. And so by the third time I was in there, they offered me a secret drink that was off menu.
What?
But that you can still order called the Crossbow.
Oh.
Yes. And all it is Darkthorn mead, which I've never had mead before. Any of y'all just had mead?
No.
That's one of those Renaissance fests.
Yeah, they have mead. So it's Darkthorn mead mixed with Strongbow Gold Apple cider. And that was actually surprisingly good. I really did like that. If you're a beer drinker, I mean, it worked great.
It didn't feel heavy?
A little heavy, but no. I drank the whole thing. I had no problem, even in the heat. I enjoyed that. And it is listed on their website, by the way. It's just not printed on the menus inside the restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, okay. So that's something to keep in mind if ever you go over there and you're like, there are off-menu items. Just like there's food, but you have to order the food outside or something like that. I can't remember what the process was.
Okay, crazy. Mm-hmm. All right, so we get our drinks from the bar. Great bartender. Shout out. I feel bad. I forgot his name. But we go and sit. In the middle of the bar, there's like this little round table that's around a post. And it was a big table which could
Center
sit
of the
many
room.
people. Yeah, center, right dead center in the room. And I took a seat there.
It's almost like the mechanism by which they used to turn the wheel.
The wheel,
yes.
Exactly. And I'm sharing a picture in there. And if you're watching the video version of this, you'll see it in there. That's Eli and Danny at the little wheel table kind of thing.
Wearing my Casa Bonita shirt, which got me a lot of compliments.
You were popular with that shirt.
Yes, I was.
So, interesting enough, we're enjoying our drinks. There was another little couple that happened to sit right across from us at the same little place. But just like Eli alluded to earlier, we're just like, man, we're a little disappointed that there's like no
We kept
hunters.
trying. We wanted a monster hunter.
We wanted a monster
A
hunter.
hound,
We're
if you will.
like, I want an Easter egg. Kind of like Bugs Bunny, right?
Yeah.
So, all of a sudden, out of the blue, and you can kind of see the door is, but why is this picture's turning? Because right after we took this picture, he busts through, and I think that door opening is him coming through.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just pulls it and just.
Yeah, I take the pictures like, whatever. I can't. I don't think I caught the beginning of it, but that's him walking up to us,
Yes.
up to the table. Yeah,
Danny. Yeah.
and I was a little taken aback, so my camera nest kind of sucked. I'll just pause that real quick right there. But anyway, so that's what he looks like, and his name, of course, is Elias, which was great because we have an Eli.
Yes.
And they got off to a bond from the get-go.
Yeah,
it seems like.
Yeah, it was fast, right? I mean, you
was
have
very
someone
quick.
come in, he like you said right there, he comes right there, he's talking like right at me. And one of the things that's funny is this guy's in character. And like anybody that's traveled with us knows, like, we'll be right in character with you.
Oh, yeah.
We pay for a vacation. We got to go all out.
Oh, we can suspend disbelief. Oh, for sure. We love role playing.
Yes.
I think the first thing he asks is, what are we drinking?
Yes.
And then it's like, all right, so once you finish drinks, what should we go hunt tonight?
Yeah, what are we hunting?
Yes. And I said werewolves.
Yes.
And as I said before, he's like, yes, it's starting to get dark out. So and there's a part in there. I'm not sure if you want to play the video or if I should just.
You can go ahead and just talk. I'm going to just let it just roll in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the part in there is like, wow, if you're hunting werewolves, you need silver. And Eli's like, well, look at my shirt.
Yeah, and that's
He had a Punisher shirt on, which had these little silver.
Like, a little silver, I would call it buttons, if you will. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a Kevlar vest, essentially. And so,
he's like, oh, that's great. So if the werewolf comes at you, you can just chest bump him.
Perfect.
Which I've never heard of defeating a werewolf by chest bump.
No, but I should put that in the book.
I guess if you had to, and you had silver and said chest.
Well, I thought silver had to penetrate the werewolf, but then again, he did say that there were all kinds of rocks outside on the patio that had cracks in them that he had filled with silver. So that way, if a werewolf attack, I guess he could throw him into a rock with silver in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and get impaled by a rock?
I don't know.
Or maybe just burn him with it.
Get impaled by Eli's shirt?
Mm-hmm.
It's happened before. So, yeah.
To many a lucky lady.
Yeah. Exactly.
And some not so lucky.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that one.
Take your time. Take your time.
But then Eli says, Eli points at the wall and is like, well, are any of these trophies yours? Because there's heads on the wall of the burning blade of all these different monsters that have been slain. And he's like, well, not all of them, but he points out to the one on the left, which he called a bog hag.
That's
bog hag, yeah.
Bog hag. And he said that he hunted it, and he asked if we were familiar with bog hags. And I think I said something to the effect of, well, yeah, my friend over here married one.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear.
Yes. And he was like, what do you call this creature? And I was like, the devil.
The devil, yeah.
Well, no, because he was going to name his trophy after it. So if you would have said, insert name of your ex-wife here, he would have called her the bog hag that. But he said something like, you do know they eat rotting flesh, don't you? And you said something like, I don't know about rotting flesh, but she made my cash rot away.
Yeah, she ate my cash or something like that. And whoever the couple was on the other side of us, the dude was dying.
He was dying, yeah.
And the woman was shooting darts with her eye.
There's
the bog hag.
Yeah, there's the bog hag.
Yeah, she was mortified. She was looking at me with like some serious disdain. No, but Elias played it off like, really good.
Yeah, he did.
And he just said, after the cash comment, he's like, well, we'll have to get together and work out a plan to hunt succubi and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he called it, so you married a succubus.
Succubus, yes. And I said, well, I already know the cure. I said, the cure is you're supposed, and I was like, you want to come closer? And he was like, yes, what is it? And I was like, the key is you got to get the succubus to marry a different dude so they can eat up their cash. And he's like, oh, this is great to know. And I think we made some joke about how tough it is to date because he was like, yeah, I can relate to that. And then,
Oh, no, I told him, he's like, he said something like bog hags hang out in cemeteries. I'm like, and single bars too.
Yes, that's it.
And Singapore.
That's it. And he's like, I can relate, sir.
Yes.
And then he proceeds to tell us the story of how he caught the bog hat.
Yeah,
right?
and he actually told the exact same story when I saw him again this
Oh,
last
did he?
trip. Yeah, where I guess what happens is like he has a rope and somehow he gets caught around. He lassos the bog hag's head, but the bog hag, like with all its might, thrusts backwards and he loses control of the rope, but the rope goes up, gets caught in the burning blades of it, and she just winds up and then ends up hanging off of there. And then because the head's so small and the body's so big, it separates.
It just
and
rips, yeah.
boom, that's how you get a head, and then all that rotting bog hag flesh all over the ground or whatever it was. So, but he was very
great. At least
good.
he's consistent, right?
Yes. Yeah. And one thing I learned from, again, going this last time is like, you start to realize like, it's tough for these guys. It's really tough. The guys and girls who do this, who have to think on their feet, are pretty brilliant because you're going into a story. Like you've got your preset stories. And like I said, he told that boghead. Rachel and I were talking to him. He told a story about, was it Chorkians? Was it?
Yes, Chorpians.
Chorpians, yeah.
So it was chicken and scorpions, and those are good eats and stuff. So they have these regular stories that they try to go in on. But then when they start telling the story and you start interjecting and you're having a drink and having a good time because they're showing up at an establishment where people have been drinking. And if you're playing along, you're constantly taking them out of the story.
Yes,
Improv, yeah.
Yes.
Total improv.
But
yeah.
they always figure out a way to get it back.
Yeah, because then they'll go back and interact with you on your thing and then pull back out, which is what he did with us on that trip. And that made it a lot more enjoyable and interactive. I think we said this before, but Olga's Cantina could really take a lesson.
Oh, big time.
Oh, yeah,
something
1,000%.
like this.
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Although I will say when it comes to seating, Olga's Cantina is not that far off from
Yeah,
the Burning Blade.
there were no cushions, at
No.
least that I can remember. At least Olga's has cushions where you get to sit down.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably part of their turnaround scheme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make it too comfortable where they stay, but we got to turn around drinks and stuff and whatnot.
Keep them going. But Elias was cool. He goes at this point and he busts into a song. He hits the table to keep the beat. We hit the table with him to keep the beat. And again, this guy is brilliant. He just starts singing the song and then he just makes his way around the whole bar to get everyone involved.
Yeah, he gets the entire bar engaged at that point.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody's kind of thumping along and then he's singing his song with the tail or whatever.
Yes.
I'll have to post a video up on social media now that we've talked about it so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But it was great. After he finished the song, I think he's bid for a while and then he went to another table and started interacting with those people. Because I remember we wanted to go back and just say, hey, thanks and everything else, but he was busy doing his thing over there.
Well, that's why when I went back, like I made it a point to find, like I even asked the people over there, like the bartenders and there's actually, like, I don't remember there being doormen when we went.
There? No, there wasn't.
There were doormen when we went.
No way.
One doorman and one door woman that would open the doors and close the doors every single time you would exit and come in. And because I remember it's like, so has Elias been around? The monster? Oh, yeah. They come in every once in a while. He was here not long ago. I think he's coming back soon. I was like, okay, I'll be back. And they're like, don't say that around here. People who say I'll be back around here tend to never show up again. Even they were getting in on the act. But they must have thought it was like an Elias groupie or something like that. Like he was Justin Bieber or so. I'd insert common, like whatever's relevant now. I don't know.
Elias Bieber.
K-pop artist.
Because I kept showing up. Is he here yet? Is he here yet? Is he here? And finally, he showed up.
Oh.
And he did remember Eli.
He did. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
He said Eli was very colorful.
I don't know how to take that, but I think that sounds like a cool guy.
We all had a good interaction. You had a good rapport going there.
Well, I just said the guy who told about how he slaughtered his ex-wife or whatever it was. I can't remember what.
Monster Hunter with you.
Yeah,
I don't know how you describe. And that's a lot of people he runs into. So,
but I actually got a picture with him that time. Me and Lily took a picture with him. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. God bless those people. I mean, that's a tough job. That really is, and they really have to think on their feet.
I would agree.
I'd be curious to know if there's other hunters characters that
I've
walk through
seen
there.
pictures of other people who were not Elias, who like I even saw a female hound.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, no, both times we went, it was Elias.
It was Elias. Okay.
Alright.
Rachel, does he look familiar to you, or did you have somebody different?
I think it's the same guy. I'm pretty
Ooh.
sure. It looks exactly the same.
There
From
you go.
my memory, I can't like.
Like a Jedi of sorts. All right. So that was our experience with the Burning Blade. And we had a great time, but it was getting close to our dinner time.
Yes, we had.
So we had to split, leave, exit Darkmoor for the last time, at least for that particular trip. And we were headed over to our dinner reservation, which was the other sit-down place in Epic Universe, the Atlantic.
Before we move on to this, I did want to acknowledge something Rachel had said before when she did her trip report. I actually rode Curse of the Werewolf this time as well, and she was 1,000% accurate.
Yeah. Just to preface the listeners, this time while you were listening to our Epic shows, each one of us, me, Danny, Rachel, each had another trip back. So that's what he's referencing when he said this time.
Yeah,
he just came back like maybe over a week ago, and he got a chance to ride Curse of the Werewolf.
I did, and Rachel's review of it was spot on. Like, it's a very short ride. It's under a minute. It looks like Nausea Central. It is not. It is so not. It really it's a free spinning kind of coaster. So only when the force, the gravity force, like hits it, will it actually spin. But it didn't at any point in time make me sick. Mm-hmm. The only disappointing thing about it was, again, as Rachel said, there was just nothing to look at.
Yeah.
Like,
just a coaster.
it was just a coaster, but it was a fun coaster. It was a very fun coaster because you're building up speed to get to moving, and it's actually really, really fun. And I kind of wish we had all done it together because I think y'all would have had a blast doing it. It looks nauseating, but it's not. It's just that there's not a whole lot to see when you're on it. The only werewolf you'll see is in signage. There's no werewolves on this ride.
Oh, really?
At the very end, yeah. At the very end, spoiler alert, at the very end, you kind of pass by I don't know, is it a gypsy? Is it a mystic? I don't know what you call them. Mystic?
Mystic gypsy?
Maybe. I think I was talking about that like with the house. I was like, oh, in the house.
Yes. And she's like pointing at you like this, but she's stationary. She's like, at least it was, and maybe she was broken, but she wouldn't, there was no movement. I don't know what was, but you go past her and she's doing like this, and it says beware the moonlight or something, beware something, and there's signs and there's pictures of werewolves on the signs, but
no werewolves.
There's no animatronic werewolf. Not like what you see on Monsters Unchained, where there's a very visceral werewolf in front of you. You would think for a ride called Curse of the Werewolf, there'd be at least one werewolf. No werewolf.
Yeah.
Or
at least something indicating that you're getting a curse.
There was some grunts and growls. There was that. There was grunts and growls on the ride. But
somebody hungry?
I thought what it was is that you're supposed to pass by a mirror and then you look and you're all werewolves.
That's what I thought.
That would be cool.
That's what they
That'd be kind
said.
of test tracky.
So they need to do something with that because otherwise this ride I don't anticipate it being much.
So it's called the Curse of the No Wolf. Is what we got.
It's like the Barnstormer.
Was it quick?
Dude.
Was it as quick as the Barnstormer?
Less than a minute.
No way.
Less than a minute.
Yeah.
The
I'm
silver
not
bullet
kidding.
is what they should call that.
I mean,
Right, yeah.
I don't think it's quite as quick as Barnstormer. Like that one's really quick, but it's quick.
Faster than Tron?
Yeah, I would say it's faster than Tron.
I agree.
That's fast.
Or not literally, not velocity wise, but like time wise.
Yeah. Dang, that's wow.
Okay.
Because when we rode Tron this last trip, and Tron felt longer when we rode it this past time out than this was really quick.
That's really fast. Okay.
I just rode Tron this past week too. This is the sidebar, I guess, if anybody wants to hear about Tron. But number one lightning lane recommendation for me is Tron, because like if I think about the other attractions that you can buy lightning lanes for, so we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, Flight of Passage, and Rise of the Resistance, and then Tron. So if I think about those four like blockbuster lightning lane individual purchases, Tron is the only one that has the most outdoor queue, and it is misery. We just did it. I didn't ever realize. I don't think I've ever done it like just waiting in the line. We did it this last weekend, and I was like this is the last time I wait for Tron. I'm buying that lightning lane every single time. But Rise of the Resistance, most of the queue is inside. It has seats. It's air conditioned. You grab a beer, you bring it in. It's no big deal. And Flight of Passage, same thing. And Guardians of the Galaxy is all inside too. So you're good to go. But that Tron, never again. I will never stand in that line.
She's not kidding.
Yeah.
I made that exact observation to my wife as we were walking up the queue. You saw the sea of humanity, and they have the little portable fans.
Oh,
They're
it's
trying
awful.
they're sharing it. They're trying to get any amount of
Circulation
coolness and circulation on themselves as they could possibly get. It
Yeah.
looks sad. It
Everybody
really did.
smells like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Misery.
It really.
No, thank you. I will not make that mistake again.
Worse than the Sea of Humanity
Yes.
Mario.
Oh.
Worse than that.
No, because you were inside. Like I wanted to walk by all these people. And just sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm so sorry. Bye. Good luck.
We talked about just like going straight to the gate, like, because there's a point at which you can kind of like, you can definitely see the lightning lane, and we could have squeaked in. I mean, I know they have the taps later. We would have gotten in trouble, but I was like, we could just pretend like we own the place.
And just do
Get
it.
out of
Just
here.
walk through-
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Anyway, so total sidebar, but yeah, the outdoor queue is crazy. And I know we were talking about Tron and the length of Tron compared to Curse of the Werewolf.
Yes.
Curse of the Werewolf is definitely shorter. But yeah. Anyway, sidebar on Tron, everybody.
And there's a lot more to see on Tron than there is in Curse of the Werewolf.
I would say though, yeah.
But both unique rides. Yeah.
I want to check that out.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Oh, a question I have for you is I remember Josh took time to place his family strategically so it would be balanced.
Oh yeah.
Spin
Balance
wise.
the car.
What was your setup like in your car?
My mom, dad, and wife refused to go. Lily wanted to go, so it was me and Lily, and there was a woman and her child behind. And so I think we did counterbalance each other a little bit. Adult and kid,
nice.
adult and kid. Now I'm sure I waited a lot more than the woman that was behind me, but yeah, no, we were balanced pretty well.
Okay.
No issues whatsoever. It's that quick.
That's good.
It looks
Damn.
worse than it is.
It does. It looks a lot worse than what it really is.
Oh, see, now I'm excited to go back and check it out.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
I would like to
My
go
whistle
back.
is wet now. You
Yes.
should give it a shot.
I have before we leave Epic Universe, I know you guys are going to do more, but I want to circle back on Express Pass.
Oh, yeah.
before
Oh,
we
yeah,
leave
sure.
the topic. So anyway, just remind me when we get to the end.
Got it.
No, I got
Got
I got some Express Pass worked out much better for us this time around than it worked out last time. I will say that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if we just want to talk about it, but I just had I met up with my friend this weekend, and her and her husband did Epic Universe on Wednesday, July 16th. And she said that, well, they got to ride 2 rides all day. That was it. Just 2.
Damn.
And she said the lines for the attractions were crazy. Now, they did not have Express Pass, but she was saying like, I could see it being useful. And when you guys had gone, you 3 in early June, you had said, you were like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it was good we had it, but it wasn't like necessary. She definitely felt the opposite. She was like, I could totally, if someone's just doing one day and they really want all the rides, you got to have Express Pass. So I think they've increased capacity.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that speaks to the point we made maybe last show or the show before where it's like, it sounds like, I think you're alluding to the fact that you feel like they're going to be increasing capacity now, especially in July. And it sounds like they did.
Did you ask her whether or not there was any ride breakdowns while she was there?
They tried to go see the Untrainable Dragon show, but it was totally broke. Like, you could not go. It was not running all day.
The dragon was trained.
Yeah.
It laid down.
Yeah, it's a nope.
Yeah. It was untrainable. I don't think she said anything about breakdowns other than that. She really wanted to go on Battle of the Ministry, but it was a 3-hour wait all day.
Woo.
And so she was like, that's just not going to happen. They went straight to Hiccup's Wing Gliders when they got there. So they rode that with no wait. And then they also rode Monsters Unchained. I think she said there was like a 30-minute wait, but it was like really enjoyable because you're in the queue and there's so much to look at and whatever. And they were prioritizing other things. Like they were going for ambiance and they were doing like a lot of different food. And they went out to Helios for a little bit. They sat down in Atlantic and got an espresso. I think it was an espresso old fashioned. Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
loves that. So they did like other things, the rides weren't necessarily their priority, but she said they tried to ride even just the carousel and they waited in line for like a half hour and then bailed because they just didn't get anywhere.
Oh, wow. See, we rode the carousel and they pretty much said like, do we go this way? Because somebody was having trouble with their phone to get the Express Pass and they're like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It works either way, one way or the other. There's nobody here. And Monsters Unchained was never more than a 15-minute wait. We never even used our Express Pass for Monsters Unchained.
Oh,
It was always a 15-minute wait.
they didn't use Express Pass either, but they did say it was like a half hour.
They must have just went on a
No, I
really,
think it was
really
a
busy day.
It must have been a really busy day. Yeah.
But yeah, I did find the Express Pass to be a lot more useful this time around. And we didn't have the experience that we had with Mario. Mario was actually a lot more enjoyable this time around because we didn't get stuck in that queue for the extended period of time. It was just walk right on. So it actually made it a lot better. But we did get stuck in that Harry Potter queue, and Harry Potter broke down, and we were in that room with Mad-Eye Moody. The portraits of Mad-Eye Moody and the little guy next to him.
The Aurors, like all the Aurors have
there you
different
go.
portraits. Yeah.
We must have heard that show repeat 3 times, 4 times max, maybe. We were there for about 25, 30 minutes. The ride broke down, and we were just, people, again, were just sitting on the ground waiting. They just have a bad ride breakdown problem because it kept happening. Fire drill broke down, and then we finally got to ride that, and that was fun. Just things kept breaking down.
Oh yeah, that's like when we went on the How to Train Your Dragon, right? That broke, right? It was like one particular card, and somebody had to come out with a battery and like re-jump the thing. I remember I told the team member, right? That's what they call, right?
Yeah, they do.
Team members, yeah.
I said, I remember they were getting up to watch. See, don't walk away. You may as well just stand right there when the next one comes out. What you doing to yourself?
Oh, I forgot about you. We didn't mention that on the last show. Yeah, I forgot. There was one car that needed a jump start.
It needed a jump start
just to get the lap bars going.
Yeah,
paddles.
Yeah,
clear.
Yep.
I was like, don't go in.
Good to go.
This is happening. I was gonna say because it happened to him like 4 times. Like, ma'am, sir, whoever it was,
probably
like,
procedure.
Just stay right there. Yeah.
Bring out battery, jump, put back battery.
There's like an AutoZone representative in the back. Like, that's all right. I charged this one for you. Here you go.
Duracell.
There you go. Sit it. Energizer Buddy's ready for you.
All right, so that leads us over to Atlantic then, I guess.
Yeah.
We left. We went straight to Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. That was our sit-down dinner. We're back in June 2025. And we had a dinner reservation that was close to closing, if I remember correctly. Maybe like 8:30 or something like that. The park closed at 9. Mm-hmm. And I remember this because like the water show was supposed to come back on at 8:45, the water fountain show.
Okay.
And the lights and whatnot, which was great. I mean, we had great timing because we sat down, just basically what overall real quick, and we'll go into details. What happened? We sat down, we were able to get our orders in, we got our appetizers in, and then the fountain show came on, which was great. And then our main dishes came back out. So it was a great end to that particular night.
It really was.
It was.
And we had a really good couple
that
waited on us that night. And
it's our next shout out for sure, as far as people that we've encountered.
This one we remember because you couldn't not remember them because their nickname, unofficial nickname, the one guy was named Fish, and the other guy and the girl was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth was a waiter, but her husband or significant other, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
partner
remember
for sure.
The partner, was we never got his real name, but his nickname was Fish.
Yeah,
it was great at the Atlantic.
He was trying to convince her to have a nickname Chips, so they could be Fish and Chips.
Fish and Chips. Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
I like that too, but she's very resistant. Elizabeth did not want to be called Fish.
I was having fun. I remember having fun with Fish.
Chips. I'm sorry.
I remember having fun with him because he came around, and then I was like, "Man, why'd you call yourself Aquaman? Just go, just full on." I was really buzzed at the time, but they were good. They
can't talk to the fishes.
Yeah, but Elizabeth was an awesome server. She was great. Chatted with us and everything.
And it really is worth something to see going to the Atlantic at night because it's really lit up. And even the fish, like you really see, like not Fish the waiter, but if you look up at the fish around,
fish,
like you could see them swimming around the Atlantic like it's a fish bowl.
A fish bowl,
yeah. So it's a lot of fun to watch. And then you got the water.
Pretty
it's
colors.
like a jellyfish tentacles, I think, was part of the decoration as well.
Yeah, because the dining room overlooks the fountains. You know, if it's pointed towards Helios, you could see it, which made the fountain show even that much better because we had a great vantage point from comfortably inside.
The only problem with the Atlantic is the entrance. There's like one entrance and like you can walk around that thing for like we were late getting back. Once we rode Monsters Unchained for that last time, we hightailed it over to the Atlantic and we just could not. It just seemed like whatever path we took, we just kept having to go further and further around the building. It looked like there was 3 different entrances and they all didn't lead anywhere until we got to the main entrance. And so it does seem like there's only one entrance,
which I think faces the main entrance itself.
Yes.
It's really north-southy in relation to that park, which is kind of wild.
And when it's all dimmed down like that, when they're doing the fountain show and it's dark at night, it's harder to see where you're going. And trying to find it was tough. Yeah. Really tough.
No, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
One thing about Elizabeth I remember, which I want to give a shout out to, is that she was an aerialist.
Yes.
Remember that? She did all the acrobatic stuff. And she said the same company that she does aerial for is the same people that did the stuff at Le Cirque Arcanu.
Yes.
And all that.
Nice.
So she, that's what she does when she's not working at the restaurant. She does that kind of thing. So shout outs to her. And I never got the company's name that she's with, but all the, another artist.
Yeah.
A different kind of artist, but definitely a performing artist for sure. And so I thought that really stuck out of my head. And just one thing for anybody that's listening to the show, if you want to give a shout out to these team members at Universal, they do it a little bit differently than they do at Disney. Disney, as you know, in the app, you do the little cast member compliment through the app, My Disney Experience. With this, you go on to X and you do hashtag UO Fist Bump. So Universal Orlando Fist Bump, but use the hashtag UO Fist Bump and the name of the whoever you want to give a shout out to. And I was amazed because Universal, whoever runs their thing on X, really responds quickly.
Yes.
Because if you remember, they sent us back that little boomerang video of Elizabeth and Fish doing a high five or whatever. Thanks.
Well, they fist bumped and then
fist bumped.
Yeah, they fist up their manager or somebody.
I guess that was their manager. I don't know.
I'm assuming, but yeah, I was like, wow.
But that was new for me. I didn't know that's how you did it for them. So hashtag UO Fist Bump if you run into great cast members, any of those great cast members like we've had, like Brian and Elias and those guys on X.
I did one for Elias. We should do one for Igor. Did we do?
Oh, I don't know.
Igor was great, but look, the people of Atlantic are wonderful because again, we had reservations for 8:45. We showed up 15 minutes late, and they were still every bit as pleasant as you could be. I mean, the park was technically closed at that point in time, just because we couldn't find our way back. And also, for a brief moment, Monsters Unchained shut down because a woman lost her her children. Got so excited they ran ahead of her.
Oh no!
Yes, they were on the ride. And so they went without her mom, and mom freaked out. So mom reported the kids. So the whole ride shut down.
Wow.
The monsters took them.
That's, what's funny? You just triggered my memory of something. Like, kids out there were terrible. Remember when we went, there was some kid that said something like he was ungrateful to his dad. And his dad like just snapped like, what? All the money I paid for. Remember that? Like we had just walked out.
I don't.
Oh man, I thought that kid was gonna get the beating of his life. So it's like some little kid wanted something else, and the dad was like, after everything else I did, like, oh man,
it was like a midday meltdown. I'm sure.
Yeah, kids. I think it's once the kids come out from Super Mario Land or Nintendo Land, they must just get too hyped.
They're all hyped up.
All that sugar you're feeding them, I'm sure.
Yeah, and overstimulation
just drive the parents crazy.
Yeah, it buzz. Yeah.
Oh man, shut down for missing children.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but in Atlantic, the meal itself was incredible.
It was
very much.
We ordered
really
appetizers. Just
it's still not Narcoossee's. I was talking about that with my parents. I was like, what do you think? This place or Narcoossee's? And it's like, ooh, there's so many things that Atlantic does well, but it's still not quite Narcoossee's.
Yeah, the portion of food and whatnot's, how you say it's bigger in Narcoossee's for sure.
It's a little bit more elegant too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Even though it's very nice in that restaurant.
Yeah, but for Universal, I thought they did a great job with it.
They did.
Yeah, it's very smooth meal.
So we've sat down now at both of their places that are currently in existence, which is the Blue Dragon and the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to say to you, which one would you choose if you had to pick only one?
Atlantic.
That's tough.
It is tough. Because I think about that fried rice at Blue Dragon.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Blue Dragon that had that chicken. But I mean, you know what? For my style of eating, the Blue Dragon worked. Not to say the Atlantic was bad, but I mean, like those wings and like the portion of food we had there was great. But
so you liked Blue Dragon better.
Yeah, that's the type of food I would normally eat.
Yeah.
Though.
And eat a lot of. Yeah, I mean, Blue Dragon was good food.
But if that Oak place had been, that's my one.
We found it and we went in it this last time, but yeah, it was dead in there. It was absolutely dead.
Is that the counter service?
No, we didn't eat anything there because we were overly full. We were trying things everywhere. But no, yeah, we went to the Oak and Star. Was it Oak and Star? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Sorry,
We went in there and there was a bar there and I checked out the drinks. I didn't see anything that really overly appealed to me. So we left. So yeah, that was that.
I was going to say that was my only thing. So I wanted, because that's barbecue. So I love that.
It's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't miss it. I wish we would have done that.
I heard the mango bread, like they have like a mango cornbread or something there, is supposed to be incredible. That's all I've really heard about it.
Now I'm curious. I give it a shot.
Yeah, I was looking for some ribs.
But Oak and Star is a counter service, isn't it? Or it's not a sit down. I don't think.
No, it is.
It is a sit down, or
it's kind of a counter, but I mean, it's got a full bar. It's got a whole like you can sit down at a table and go, but is a waiter waiting on you? I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah,
it's like Pizza Moon, where you do the mobile order and then they bring the order to your table.
Or like Das Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I got
exactly.
you.
Similar to that, Harry Potter, any of those things. That's exactly what it is. But it's a little bit more because it's bigger and there's, like I said, there's like a full bar. And I think they even had a place for musicians to play.
Oh, nice. That could be fun.
I think they had a stage in there. I could be wrong, but I believe they did.
Okay.
They did.
Well, I would like to check that.
But it was dead. Completely dead.
That's interesting.
Dang.
Yeah. But for me, I choose the Atlantic, if anything, for just that view. You know, I mean, I love Blue Dragon. I love the food there. But I mean, you're inside. You can't really see out. Had they thought about that, Blue Dragon would just have just as good a view. But I mean, Atlantic's right there on the water. And then when we saw the fountain show when we were there, we weren't outside to experience it, but it still looked great.
No, it was nice.
Especially with that big, huge windows that they got.
Yeah.
And all the colors and the fountain show, and the music was piped into the restaurant. So it was really a nice little deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely we were literally right on the water.
There.
Yeah, right there. The only thing we missed out on was like the fountains on the other side of the Atlantic that were also going off, because apparently all those fountains go off.
Oh.
Yeah, throughout that entire Celestial Park.
And the other thing is that I think where Eli's coming up with Blue Dragon is because it's more of a shareable thing.
Yeah,
it's more like it's more tapas. It's more like small plates. They do have entrees, but so because of that, we were able to try like
tons.
7 or 8 different things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas when we went to Atlantic, you got your entree and maybe if you got like a salad or so you didn't get to try as many different kinds of food.
Yeah, that's fair because we always try to split and share. And it was like, oh, you took that. That's half the meal gone. And so the other person didn't even get a chance to have a shot. Not to say it was a bad meal, but yeah, the portion as well.
No, definitely, yeah. And to be fair, I did see some of the entrees floating by as we were sitting there eating. I was like, that looks good. Maybe one day I'll try it, but right now I'm liking the spread that we got. But yeah, so that after the Atlantic, that basically reaches us to the end of the night. And long story short of what happened, Danny really wanted to see dark more in the evening, you know, and when we got out of Atlantic, it was definitely nightfall by that point.
Oh, yeah.
So we knew they were about closed. So
I wanted the picture of the portal at night.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I remember you saying that you wanted a picture portal. So I'll let him speak to his side. Eli and I went to the front. We were just waiting for him. And I broke out the recorder. We just started yammering about something.
Yeah, we were talking all kind of crazy.
We were feeling good. We were happy. And we were just like expounding on the end of our day.
Yeah.
I was bummed because I was like, Darkmoor is the kind of place you're supposed to experience at night. And, you know.
It's in the name.
Right there.
Yeah.
And of all the portals that I saw, it was like the one I wanted to see the most because it looked like it had that crackling electricity effect.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Frankenstein gets raised or the monster gets raised and they have these electrodes going off and everything like that. I wanted to see if it did that at night. So I was like, well, I'll just walk over there. And the guys are like, well, the park's closed. Aren't you not worried? And I'm like, I'm just going to play dumb. I mean,
yeah.
Thinking to myself, like, you know,
never been
I'll just, hey, I'm lost. Where's the intro? Oh, you got to go this way. Like, and I tried that and it worked very well. It's a very effective strategy. Just be like, you know, just go where you want to go. And when people come to you like, excuse me, sir, the park's closed, you got to go. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how do I do this? And they're very helpful. And so I did make my way over there, but there was people stationed at each portal. So once you got there, the jig was up.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It was like, okay, I'm stopping here to take pictures of this thing. And the guy's standing right there. So they made sure that there was nobody going into the land. I'm guessing that's why the guy was there. But they could also tell at that point in time that, okay, as I was going through there, that's exactly where I was going to sit there and take some pictures there. So that's what I went ahead and did. If I would have just waited a little while, I got just as many good pictures as last time out because we didn't make it out of Monsters Unchained till like 8:50. So it was pitch black.
Oh,
and
great.
so it looked phenomenal at night. It really does look phenomenal at night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of the things. I'll have to make a trip not in the summer times just so I could see it, most of the park and even because I got to imagine all of that looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know, from like the carousel to Stardust Racers to just the park in general. And that's the thing. There, as much as the stuff we did it over 3 shows. We talked about it over 3 shows. That is, there were still some things that we had left on the table initially, like the carousel. We didn't get a chance to do the carousel.
You missed none.
We didn't get a chance to do Stardust Racers. You went on the carousel and you were
I did go on the carousel. There was no top to it. I mean, just go up and down in little itty bitty sort of circles. It's
a carousel.
It's a carousel. It is what it is. Like, even it being more of a unique carousel didn't make it anything more than just a carousel.
It's just a carousel.
It's a carousel.
Okay, fair enough.
It's cute to what they do, but I mean, yeah, it's
so take it or leave it.
Yeah, so round and around, there it is.
But Stardust Racer is definitely one that I definitely wanted to check out. That I get a chance to.
We got this close to riding Stardust Racers, but then when Lily noticed it went upside down, she was like, I don't want to ride if it goes upside down. So we went and asked the guy, and like, yeah, it definitely goes upside down. So she was like, oh, no, I don't want to ride this. I'm like, what do you want to do instead? Ride Monsters Unchained again. Done.
There you go.
So that was easy.
Nice. Yeah, we didn't do that. We didn't do the spinny dragon thingy. I can't remember the name of it now. Racers Rally. Dragon Racers Rally. Yeah. We didn't do that. I didn't do the fire drill, but you said you did.
We did the fire drill. That was actually
the water
funny.
Spray. Yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a little story on this one. That was a lot of fun to do the fire drill. It took a little convincing on my mom's part because my mom does not want to get wet.
Sure.
But considering that she really couldn't ride much this time around, we kind of twisted her arm like, come on, get on here. They have these big industrial dryers at the very end. So if you get wet, you just step in the dryer. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we get on the thing, and apparently there are certain targets. I don't want to give it away for people. If people want to know, they can write in or look it up themselves.
Yeah.
There are certain targets that if you don't know going into it, the targets hit back. I'm not going to say which targets they are, but there are certain targets. Well, apparently my mom hit those targets.
Oh, no.
Enough time to where she got super wet and she was wearing jeans.
Oh, no.
And jeans don't dry well.
That's right.
No.
So when we went through there, we did the industrial dryer. All of us got dry like that because we weren't even all that wet. But she was soaked and she just was not having it. So when we went to the Helios to have drinks over at Flora Diverna, she went into the gift shop right over there, and she walks out and she's just head to toe Epic Universe, like a big giant billboard, like Ricky Bobby, like a NASCAR driver. Epic everywhere. Shorts were epic. Shirts were epic.
Oh, I'm sure they love that.
Yeah.
Like, man, you get off free.
Thank you for promoting our park.
Yeah. I like your enthusiasm, man.
Oh my gosh. So she didn't do what your dad did on that raft ride and try to get up and move and to
a Kali River Rapids. No. She did not get up.
She took it.
Yes, we rode Kali River Rapids, and didn't get as wet on that as she did on.
Oh,
that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Oh wow! So she really got it.
She got it.
Applauses for her for taking it, man.
Yeah, well, she did. We all told her, it's like, the way it works is the worst aimer, the worst one that at hitting the targets, they're the ones who get the most wet. And she was believing that for a little bit until somebody said to us, no, you don't hit those targets. If you hit those targets, you get wet. Well.
Did you ever get any other boats? Because I know there's something where you
I was disappointed in that because I thought we were supposed to be shooting at other boats because that's what I told them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But no,
too.
It's all targets and along the way. So there's two sides of the boat, and there's a green team and a blue team. I think that's what it was. And I ended up having to sit with a whole other family, and they got to all sit by themselves because it just didn't accommodate 5 people. It was like it was 4 and 4.
Okay.
Does it keep score? No, huh?
I don't remember doing it, but it must have.
Okay.
It must have kept score that we were against each other. So yes, you're against each other, but you're against each other in the same boat. There's no point where you come across another boat shooting at you.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
So it's not so bad as long as you know what not to hit.
They should give the people who are standing, because I remember when we went and we didn't get on it, but we watched it. And some people tried to shoot us, but we were too high up for them to hit us. So they should give people who walk by to have some water guns just sitting right there to shoot at the people that's already there in the boat.
For extra charge.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a little hard to figure out how, because not only do you have the thing where you're aiming, but they don't tell you what to do. There's a huge lever that you have to pull that keeps pumping it full of water.
What?
Oh, you got to reload it?
Yeah, you've got to manually. So as you're doing this, like, and the water loses steam and just peters out, you have to give it a big crank again, and boom, the water.
How Viking is, it's like when they do the oar or something, like pull.
You know what it is? It's Tough Nut and Rough
Tough
Nut.
Nut and Rough Nut, yeah.
Tough Nut and
Brother
Rough
sister,
Nut,
yeah.
they're the ones who run this.
Okay.
And so you're either on Tough Nut's team or you're Rough Nut. Which, by the way, when we went to Mead Hall or the Grand Hall, whatever you want to call it, they were in there. They were just interacting like they were the Hounds or something like that. Tough Nut and Rough Nut were in there. Like Tough Nut was Tough Nut the guy?
I think he was the boy, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tough Nut
Yeah.
is the male.
He was
Yeah.
bench pressing the benches. He actually lifted. This is good exercise, and he was like bench pressing like the benches at the Mead Hall.
That's
wow.
funny.
Okay. Well, that's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's neat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so, yeah, there's a lot of things that we left on the table for that. The good that I got to experience some of it, at least. But yeah, like Stardust Racers, we'll have to go back and check it out for sure. Rachel, did you get a chance to go and you went in Stardust, didn't you?
I did.
You did. That's right.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, we loved it. My only complaint was that the day we went, they didn't have both sides open.
Ooh.
So we didn't get the chasing effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just rode it without like another opposing side.
Oh, so you got
But-
50% of the experience.
Yeah. But we still liked it. It was really good.
Okay. Well, we all kind of have to go back and experience Stardust.
I
in its
do want to
fullest.
see it
Yeah.
because I was convinced we were going to ride this time around. It just didn't work out because, I couldn't blame Lo.
Always leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
As they
They
do.
did, yes.
As they did, I should say.
So yeah, so that brings us to the end of our Epic day at Epic, man. After 3 shows, that's it, man. We took a Uber back to Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jumbo House, and
Harambe.
walked our tired butts all the way to the back of the resort where our room was, and basically crashed.
Yeah.
After that was
Yeah.
a heck of. I don't think we did anything else that night, right? Because that was a hell of a day.
Drank at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did drink at the table.
Chit chatted and see
had
what was
a
what.
little
but that was
nightcap,
it.
as they say.
Yeah.
And then, but that was a lot of fun. Epic. That was a very fun Epic day. There's still a bunch of stuff that we hadn't talked about with our trip, like our Steve Whitmire thing and our second day at Disney. So there's still a lot more stories to be told, which will come up on future episodes. So make sure that you stay subscribed. And look, if you have any questions or comments on anything that we've talked about on this show or any other 2 Epic shows, or any of the 3 Epic shows, I should say, get in touch with us. And we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, y'all, we hope you enjoyed hearing about our epic day at Universal Epic Universe. Look, make sure you check out shows number 584 and 585 to hear the rest of the story. And look, if you want to learn more about us, the Magic Our Way Podcast, make sure you follow us on any social media platform where you can interact. And another way to interact is to get in touch with us to share your thoughts and opinions. You can do so through the following ways. First of all, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or text us at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That's 1-815-MOWEEKEND 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli. Does great things with what the?
Yeah. All right. See y'all later. Please buy a book. Thank you.
All right, Tina, you're gonna have to. You gotta chill out, girl. All right.
What did you do? Did you cheat on Tina?
I don't know.
I haven't seen you in 2 weeks, Kevin.
Tina's
Get
getting old.
somebody else to the Coldplay concert.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
That's right. I was hugging another soundboard.
Oh my God.
That's funny. But anyway, as I was saying,
Oh man.
making sure she doesn't do anything else. As I was saying, Eli does great things with comics. Eli, what you got going on?
Yes, sir. As always, please feel free to check out the Ivory Comics website. You can see all the work I have, 48 pages, fully colored. The only ad film is for this podcast. That work includes Savages, The Molly Be Damned, and Project Geisha. Also, there's blogs and there's interviews and a link to the Magic Our Way podcast, so you never miss a beat, you never miss an episode, you never miss how epic everything is at Epic. So as always, I appreciate the support. ivorycomics.com. On social media, you can find me on Facebook, Eli H. Ivory. And as long as you're a real person, it's a pleasure to meet you. But if you're a bot, look, I'm a monster hunter now. I will track you down.
Monster
I
Hunter.
will. I am pure of heart. That's right. So no need for that if you're a bot. Also, there is a Project Geisha fan page on Facebook. So yeah, please check that out. On Instagram, I see what you guys have out there posted up, the hearts and the likes, and I'm sharing the stories to give y'all the glory. EIRE504 is where you can find me there. And of course, on X, you can find me at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, you're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation over to Universal Epic Universe so that you too can have an epic day, you can do it with Rachel.
Yes, I would be honored to help your group plan a trip to Epic Universe or any of the Disney properties or Hollywood Universal or a cruise. We could do Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages, Disney Cruise Line, and then many other destinations around the world, major hotel brands. Pretty much I can book it if you want to go there. So please reach out. The best part about booking with me is that it is 100% free at no cost to you. My services are completely complimentary with your booking. You're going to pay exactly what you would have paid if you booked it on your own, but you get my help. You get my knowledge, my advice, my advocacy for you when things might not go exactly as planned. And a little piece of your vacation cost comes back to support this podcast and this podcast community instead of just going directly to those big corporations that run those places. So we really appreciate it when you reach out and book with me. It costs you nothing extra and we all win. So please reach out. The best way to reach me is by email. My email is Rachel, RACHEL @magicourway.com. You can also call me or text me or leave a voicemail. My phone number is 978-432-WISH, WISH. And then I'm also on social media, mostly Facebook, but also Instagram, a little bit on TikTok and YouTube too. And I am at Our Family Magic there. That's at the letter R and then the words Family Magic all smooshed together. So yeah, please reach out and I'm looking forward to it.
In addition, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast. Another option that only costs a minute or so of your time is to leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and or wherever you access our show, whether it is on YouTube, Spotify, Podbean, etc. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from the listeners. All opinions are welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
All right. Nachos are on plates.
And yar. Bye!
E-commerce business owners know a successful business keeps customers happy. That's why smart retailers use ShipStation. Turn shoppers into loyal customers with cheaper, faster, and better shipping. Manage all your orders and returns in one place and save up to 90% on rates from all the global carriers. Go to shipstation.com/program to sign up for your free trial. No credit card required, and you can cancel anytime. That's shipstation.com/program.
If you love chilling mysteries, unsolved cases, and a touch of mom-style humor, Moms and Mysteries is the podcast you've been searching for. Hey guys, I'm Mandy.
And I'm Melissa. Join us every Tuesday for Moms and Mysteries, your gateway to gripping, well-researched true crime stories. Each week, we deep dive into a variety of mind-boggling cases as we shed light on everything from heists to whodunits. We're your go-to podcast for mysteries with a motherly touch. Subscribe now to Moms and Mysteries wherever you get your podcasts.